I'm Joe Giglio for NJ Sports Now on this Friday, August 21st, as Rutgers fans wait and wait and wait for the final decision on the starting quarterback by head coach Kyle Flood. Impatience has arrived. We've had polls on NJ.com. We've had the back and forth between our beat writers, Dan Duggan and Keith Sargent, wondering really who should win this battle. It's been raging on since the spring. Should it be Hayden Reddick? Should it be Chris Laviano? Kyle Flood has choices here, and the season is not too far away. But as you grow impatient and you wonder and wait for the final verdict on who will be Rutgers' 2015 starting quarterback, I think Kyle Flood is doing it right. I think Kyle Flood is making the right decision to wait to make a decision. There should be no rush here. This isn't a scenario like in the NFL where you have to get your quarterback out there by the third preseason game and really get everything under wraps as you wrap up the preseason. College football is different. And for Kyle Flood, the last thing he needs is to jump the gun and make a decision he's not 100% comfortable with before we get to the start of the season. Because if Rutgers makes the wrong decision, if Kyle Flood makes the wrong decision on which quarterback to start and which to designate as the backup, well, that decision could have ramifications throughout the entire season. And what Rutgers doesn't need is to make the wrong decision, the quarterback to go in there, to play shaky, whether it's Reddick or Laviano, and then to have to consider making a change early in the season, because that opens up Pandora's box, and all of a sudden now you're having a whole season wondering who really should be the starting quarterback, and every week, whoever that quarterback is will have the other one bearing down on him, and he'll be looking over his shoulder. Every errant pass, every poor drive, every turnover will be a referendum on the decision, and will be a referendum on the fan base calling for the other quarterback. And this might be a problem anyway, but I think the longer Kyle Flood decides on this, the longer Kyle Flood takes to make this decision, the better it could be. The more information, the more practices, the more reps he sees out of each of these quarterbacks, the better equipped Kyle Flood and this whole staff will be to make the most important decision for Rutgers' season. Neither of these guys are going to win a Heisman Trophy. Neither of these guys are going to go out there and lead Rutgers to a Big Ten championship. But it will be a major factor in how good this team can be and how well they can compete against the big boys in the Big Ten this coming year. Kyle Flood, I think, has handled this well. Quarterback competitions are never easy for a coaching staff. I think it's been handled well. I think the team is probably close now to making a decision. But the fact that it might not come today or tomorrow isn't a big deal. Have patience, and the more information Rutgers has, hopefully, the better decision they'll make. I'm Joe Giglio for NJ Sports Now.